subscribe.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is fun again, coming off the back of the most recent Forbidden Unlimited list, and Alliance Insight is just around the corner to shake things up. As with all core sets, there's a large variety of new cards for many different existing themes, and today we get to take a sneaky little peek at a bunch of those new cards, so let's get into it. Also, this button exists, so if you want to click it, it's right there. Alright, let's get the big boys out of the way first. Maliss and Ryzeal, the two big stars of the competitive format, are both getting new cards this set. Maliss is a little more exciting because the deck almost completely changes with all the At-Ignister cards, but let's stick to the pure Maliss support. They're getting a nice little low rarity quick play spell called Maliss in the Mirror. It's got that really cool change of heart style artwork, and the effect is target one face-up monster your opponent controls, banish one Maliss monster from your hand or face-up field, and if you do, negate that monster's effects until the end of this turn. It being a spell means Red Ransom finally gets a new search target, and it's a negate, so, you know, already pretty good. That's not all it does though, because if this card is banished, you can target one Maliss card in your graveyard, banish it, and if you do, add a one Maliss card of the same type, monster, spell, or trap, from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. That is a lot of advantage for the follow-up, or even just the grind game. Yeah, Whitebinder target this, goes hard. Next up, we have our first secret rare of the video, and that is Maliss P. March Hare. Yeah, we got a negate and a new main deck monster with the effect your opponent cannot target Maliss Link monsters that point to this card with card effects, and you can only use each of the following effects of March Hare once per turn. During the main phase, if this card is in your hand, quick effect, you can banish one other Maliss card from your hand or graveyard, and if you do, special summon this card. It's basically doing the same job that the Bestials were doing, where it's an extender that allows you to play through interruptions, but it's also a Maliss name. And then if this card is banished, you can pay 300 life points, then target one of your banished Maliss monsters and add it to your hand. So it's a little different from the other three main deck monsters, where it's not special summoning itself, and similar to Chessy Cat on its own, it's not necessarily a starter. So I'm not entirely sure what the optimal ratio would be, but you definitely want to pick it up for your Maliss deck, and it's shiny, so have fun with it. Ryzeal also getting a couple of new cards to play with, one of them being a new trap card called Ryzeal Masked Driver. You have options between this and Ryzeal Plasma Hole, so I guess you would go for this if your opponent is on a very graveyard-centric strategy. Apply the following effect, then you can attach this card to a rank 4 Xyz monster you control. For the rest of this turn, all Ryzeal monsters you control gain 1000 attack. If your one detonator gets negated and then can't protect itself from battle, I guess making it big can help. Unless you have Eclipse Twins attached, then maybe you want it to be destroyed by battle, but yeah, if this card is sent to the graveyard, except from the field, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it, and you can only use each effect once per turn. So you detach this from Detonator to destroy your opponent's Lacrima, and then Mass Driver can banish their Engraver. Something like that, you know? You can get access to Mass Driver through Duo Drive, of course, but Ryzeal also gets a new way to pivot into their spells and traps. Star Ryzeal, secret rare, level 4 Light Pyro. You can special summon this card from your hand by detaching one material from a monster you control. If summoned this way, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except rank 4 Xyz monsters. Also, you can only special summon Star Ryzeal once per turn this way. The juicy part is that if this card is special summoned, you can set one Ryzeal spell or trap from your deck. You can only use this effect once per turn. Such a simple effect, and oh no, Ryzeal crosses hit the board. Interrupting Ryzeal on the Duo Drive has always been one of the key places to interrupt them, but now with Star Ryzeal, it doesn't hurt as much. Spooky stuff, man. But moving on, let's give all the archetypes and crossover breakers a little bit of love, because Ryu-Ge also gets some new cards. Are you tired of your field spell getting ashed? Well, say hello to Tensei Ryu-Ge Anva. This is a level 10 Dark Dragon Pendulum with a scale 11 and a really nice scale effect as well. You cannot pendulum summon except Ryu-Ge monsters. This effect cannot be negated, and you can negate your opponent's card or effect activated in response to the activation of your Ryu-Ge spell card or effect, then destroy this card. You can only use this effect once per turn, of course. This makes the deck a lot more immune to things like Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, because resolving the field spell is very, very important, and that's the reason I love Artifact Lancia against this deck, man. This card is also very easy to summon, and it's pretty decent going second as well, because you can tribute one Ryu-Ge monster from your hand or field except Anva, special summon this card from your hand. And if this card is special summoned, you can target one card on the field, destroy it. Pretty good. If this card is destroyed, you can place one Ryu-Ge continuous spell or trap from your deck, graveyard, or banishment face up on your field. You can only use each effect once per turn. But Revs, Ryu-Ge don't have a continuous trap card. Well, now they do. Your opponent cannot target Ryu-Ge monsters you control with card effects. You can only use each of the following effects per turn. If a Ryu-Ge Pendulum monster is in your field or face-up extra deck, you can shuffle 2 Ryu-Ge monsters from your hand, graveyard, and or banishment into the main deck, then target one monster on the field, destroy it. And if this card is destroyed, you can set one non-continuous Ryu-Ge trap from your deck, graveyard, or banishment. All this talk on continuous spells and continuous traps, man, you know who loves all that? This guy. Alright, moving on, a whole bunch of classic and fan favorite archetypes are also getting support, and that includes Evil Twins or Live Twins, whichever you prefer. Here's Live Twin Lila Sweet, a level 2 dark spellcaster, ultra rare, with a really nice effect actually. I was surprised when I read this. When your opponent activates a card or effect in response to your Live Twin card or effect activation, quick effect, you can discard this card, negate that opponent's effect. It's like a defensive hand interruption, man. It's like a searchable called by the grave. If you control a Kiss-a-Kill monster and this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, but while it is face up in the monster zone, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except Fiend monsters. You can only use each effect once per turn. So not only are you stopping your opponent's infinite impermanence on your Live Twin Kiss-a-Kill, you're also getting a free body out of it. Good card, man, but you do need to be aware it's only in response to your Live Twin cards or effects and not your Evil Twin card or effects. Speaking of Evil Twins, they also got a Link 1, Evil Twin Kiss-a-Kill Deal, requiring one Kiss-a-Kill monster. You can only Link summon Kiss-a-Kill Deal once per turn. You can send one Lila monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard, apply this effect this turn. Each time your opponent activates a card or effect in response to your Kiss-a-Kill or Lila monster effect activation, draw one card when that card effect resolves. You can only use this effect once per turn. So both of these cards are extenders in their own way, and both of these cards are punishing your opponent for interacting with you. Live Twins eating good, man. Holy. Cyber decks are also getting support in Alliance Insight. I don't know about you, but I think any day that Cyber Dragons receive support is a good day, man. Here is Cyber Jormungandr, level 5, Light Machine, cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by card effect. If your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, then take one Cyber Dragon from your deck and either special summon it or equip it to this card as an equip spell. Also, you can't special summon for the rest of this turn, except machine monsters. My brain goes to, oh, that's a free Cyber Dragon Nova into infinity. But this card does have a lot more applications and another effect as well. You can return one Cyber Dragon you control to the hand, add one polymerization from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. It's not quite as Unga Bunga Smash as Power Bond, but it does get you to your fusion plays. The Cyber Strike Structure deck saw Cyber Darks being blended with Cyber Dragons to create a cyber deck, and Cyber Dark Worm is a great example of that. It's a level 5 dark machine, and this card's name becomes Cyber Dragon while on the field or in the graveyard. If this card is in your hand or graveyard and you have another machine cyber monster in your field or graveyard, you can send one Cyber Dragon monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, special summon this card, and then you can add a cyber spell or trap from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use this effect once per duel, but it is a pretty nice effect. You're getting a body, you're getting a spell or trap back from graveyard, you could send something like Cyber Dragon Hurts and get an additional search. It's been a while since I touched the deck, so I can't really remember all the lines, but sounds pretty good. Argostars aren't necessarily a classic archetype, but they do get their second main deck monster. This is Argostars Fierce Parth, a level 4 Earth Warrior with the effect, gains 700 attack and defense for each Argostars monster with a different name you control except this card. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. Quick effect, you can reveal this card in your hand, return one Argostars continuous trap you control to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card. And then the other effect is you can banish this card you control, set one continuous trap from your hand, it can be activated this turn. It's a nice little extender once you have your continuous traps in rotation, but they also get a quick play spell as well. Argostars Giant Slaying. This actually has two really nice effects on it. So, add one Argostars monster from your deck to your hand, then immediately after this effect resolves, if a continuous trap is in your monster zone or a continuous trap with an effect that special summons itself as a monster is in your spell and trap zone, you can normal summon one warrior monster. So it's a starter that also acts as an extender if you already have some kind of setup going already, and then it's got a nice little graveyard removal effect as well. So during your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 2 cards on the field, including an Argostars continuous trap you control, return them to the hand. You can only use 1 effect per turn, but it does give you a nice little grind with your follow-up plays. And finally, all you Eldlich enjoyers are also getting some new cards. I already love this one, dude. The name, the art, it goes hard. And this is Fallen Angel of the Golden Land. Ultra rare. It's a level 10 dark zombie fusion requiring Eldlich the Golden Lord plus a zombie monster, but it does have another summoning condition. So, must be either fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck by tributing 1 light zombie monster while you have Eldlich the Golden Lord in your field or graveyard. So off the back of Conquistador or Hequero, you're able to just bring this big boy out for free, essentially. This does enable some rank 10 plays with Eldlich the Golden Lord himself, but there's plenty of other things you can do with it as well. Of course, you can also only special summon this monster once per turn, regardless of which method you use. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Eldlich monster from your deck, extra deck, or graveyard. You can only use this effect once per turn. A nice little, very easy way to summon out Eldlich, the Mad Golden Lord. You love to see it. And then the final card I have for you today is honestly giving Exodia vibes. It's not. It's Eldlich. We have Eldelixir of the Glorious Golden Land continuous trap cards. You can pay 800 life points, then activate 1 of these effects. Special summon this card as a normal monster, zombie, light, level 10, attack 1500, defense 2800. This card is also still a trap. Then, if you control Eldlich the Golden Lord, you can return 1 monster from the field to the hand. Alternatively, you can set one of your banished Golden Land or Eldelixir spells or traps. It's interruption or it's recursion. Your choice. You can only use this effect once per turn. So yeah, lots of very good cards for existing archetypes coming in Alliance Insight. Let me know what ones you're most excited about, what decks you're going to play after the set drops, and maybe I'll see you for some box openings, baby.